Your dog's food bowl is hiding dangerous secret toxins today. Popular commercial kibble brands contain lethal chemical residues every single morning. Industrial pet food manufacturers hide deadly euthanasia drugs inside colorful bags. Synthetic herbicides and heavy metals quietly destroy healthy canine organs daily. Bright commercial packaging misleads loving pet owners with fake natural imagery. Corporate marketing campaigns hide rotting animal carcasses and toxic synthetic preservatives. High-heat rendering processes create dangerous carcinogens inside everyday kibble formulas. These hidden poisons cause acute renal failure and sudden liver collapse. Thousands of innocent dogs suffer silently from daily toxic chemical exposure. Veterinary emergency rooms treat preventable toxicities from commercial diets every week. Massive veterinary medical bills drain family savings for avoidable chronic illnesses. You can stop this silent destruction of your pet right now. Today, I reveal the 7 most dangerous commercial dog food brands. I unmask exact manufacturing scandals, toxic additives, and lethal fungal contamination. Finally, I disclose the 2 veterinarian-approved brands for absolute safety. Protect your dog from toxic commercial diets, starting today with science. Toxic brand number 7, Purina Beneful chemical preservatives and dye risks. Purina Beneful uses dangerous industrial chemicals to extend shelf life artificially. The formula contains propylene glycol to maintain artificial soft moisture textures. Propylene glycol is a known chemical component in industrial automotive antifreeze solutions. This toxic chemical damages canine red blood cells via oxidative destruction. It induces Heinz body anemia and severe metabolic acidosis over time. The recipe also contains artificial food dyes, yellow 5 and red 40. Synthetic dyes cause severe allergic reactions and chronic systemic skin inflammation. Industrial dyes trigger hyperactive behavioral changes and neurological stress in dogs. These petroleum-based artificial dyes stress hepatic clearance pathways continuously in senior dogs. Hepatic enzymes spike dramatically during routine blood work examinations. Affected dogs suffer from persistent vomiting and chronic gastrointestinal distress daily. Their urine turns dark orange due to systemic metabolic strain. Discontinue Purina Beneful immediately to protect your dog's vital organs. Toxic brand number 6, Olroy rendered byproducts and pentobarbital contamination. Olroy relies on ultra-low-quality rendered animal waste materials. Walmart produces this cheap food using beak, feather, and foot sweepings. Rendered meals come from diseased livestock and roadkill animal sources. These dead animals often contain residual euthanasia drugs like pentobarbital. Pentobarbital is a potent barbiturate used to euthanize dying animals. Pentobarbital residues survive high-heat industrial rendering processes completely intact. Chronic pentobarbital ingestion suppresses bone marrow function and destroys central nervous systems. The formula relies heavily on cheap corn and wheat filler grains. High grain loads trigger massive systemic histamine release in sensitive dogs. Dogs experience severe skin inflammation, endless scratching, and raw hot spots. Yeast infections explode inside ear canals, causing foul odor and discharge. Massive hair loss occurs in large patches across the lower back. Stop feeding Olroy to prevent long-term immune system collapse today. Toxic brand number 5, Gravy Train euthanasia drug scandal and synthetic thickeners. Gravy Train experienced massive federal recalls due to lethal pentobarbital contamination. Independent laboratory testing confirmed pentobarbital residues in their commercial gravy kibble. The rendering plants processed euthanized shelter animals into meat and bone meal. Pentobarbital accumulation damages canine brain tissue and peripheral nerve networks directly. Gravy Train uses synthetic chemical thickeners to create artificial meat gravies. These chemical thickeners cause severe intestinal inflammation and chronic leaky gut syndrome. Toxic bacterial lipopolysaccharides leak directly into the dog's bloodstream continuously. Affected dogs display severe neurological tremors and painful involuntary muscle spasms. Dogs experience sudden physical collapse, disorientation, and unprovoked aggressive behavior changes. Seizures occur unexpectedly due to acute neurotoxic chemical stress on brain tissue. Remove Gravy Train from your home to prevent fatal neurological damage. Toxic brand number 4, Kibbles and bits, high sugar fillers, and pancreatitis danger. Kibbles and bits contains excessive amounts of cheap corn syrup fillers. Industrial corn syrup provides zero nutritional value to carnivore digestive tracts. The high sugar content strains the canine pancreas beyond physiological capacity. Excessive glucose spikes force continuous insulin secretion from stressed pancreatic beta cells. This metabolic overload triggers severe acute pancreatitis and chronic endocrine dysfunction. Chronic systemic inflammation damages delicate vascular walls throughout the body rapidly. Artificial red and yellow dyes further exacerbate systemic internal inflammatory responses. Dogs develop rapid clinical obesity and secondary canine type 2 diabetes. Sick dogs vomit yellow bile frequently due to painful pancreatic inflammation. Extreme abdominal pain forces dogs into a hunched posture constantly. Blood tests reveal elevated serum lipase and amylase concentrations during crises. Eliminate kibbles and bits to protect your dog from fatal pancreatitis. Toxic brand number 3. Pedigree wheat gluten degradation and salmonella outbreaks. Pedigree relies heavily on low-grade wheat gluten meal as protein. Industrial wheat gluten damages the delicate microvilli lining canine intestinal tracts. Chronic gluten exposure causes severe malabsorption syndrome and chronic ulcerative colitis. Pathogenic bacteria thrive in the inflamed gut environment of affected dogs. Pedigree facilities faced multiple FDA recalls for dangerous salmonella bacterial contamination. Salmonella species produce potent endotoxins that destroy intestinal epithelial barrier structures. Industrial poultry byproduct meal introduces degraded, rancid animal fats into kibble. Rancid fats generate free radicals that induce oxidative cellular stress rapidly. Dogs suffer from explosive hemorrhagic diarrhea and severe dehydration within hours. Stools emit a putrid metallic odor due to mucosal lining shed. Coat quality deteriorates quickly into dry, brittle, and foul-smelling fur. Throw away pedigree kibble immediately to restore intestinal mucosa health today. Toxic brand number 2. Rachael Ray Nutrish. Glyphosate contamination and kibble hazards. Rachael Ray Nutrish faced major consumer lawsuits over toxic chemical residues. Independent lab assays detected high concentrations of the systemic herbicide glyphosate. Glyphosate is the active chemical agent in Roundup weed killer products. Industrial crop spraying contaminates agricultural ingredients like corn, soy, and lentils. Glyphosate destroys beneficial gut microbiome bacteria like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium. Dysbiosis allows opportunistic pathogenic bacteria to proliferate wildly inside the colon. Glyphosate inhibits cytochrome P450 enzymes, blocking liver detoxification pathways completely. Toxic heavy metals accumulate rapidly inside vital organs due to impaired detoxification. Dogs experience rapid, unexplained weight loss and persistent watery diarrhea daily. Lymphoma tumors form as glyphosate disrupts cellular DNA replication mechanisms over time. Chronic vomiting occurs as the gastric mucosa becomes severely inflamed and eroded. Stop feeding Rachael Ray Nutrish to prevent herbicide-induced oncological diseases. Toxic brand number 1. Purina Dog Chow Rendered Slurry and Aflatoxin Nephrotoxicity. Purina Dog Chow is the absolute worst commercial kibble choice available. Whole grain corn dominates the ingredient panel as the primary constituent. Industrial corn supplies are frequently contaminated with lethal fungal aflatoxins. Aspergillus fungi produce aflatoxins during hot, humid grain storage conditions. Aflatoxins are potent hepatotoxins and nephrotoxins that destroy organ tissue instantly. The protein source comes from diseased livestock rendered into liquid slurry. Federal inspectors documented rat feces contamination inside manufacturing storage facilities repeatedly. Denatured proteins generate toxic metabolic waste products that overload renal filtration nephrons. Aflatoxins cause irreversible cellular necrosis in hepatic and renal parenchyma structures. 40% of dogs on lifetime Purina Dog Chow develop early renal failure. Dogs suffer from diabetes mellitus and kidney collapse before 7 years old. Discontinue Purina Dog Chow today to save your dog's life. If you want to protect your dog from toxic commercial kibble, please click the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel to join our mission for pet food safety and health. Leave a comment below with the brand name you currently feed your dog. I will evaluate its ingredient panel and safety record for you personally. Safe solution number 1. Hill's Science Diet Clinical Research and Renal Preservation. Hill's Science Diet represents the highest standard of veterinary clinical nutrition. A visionary veterinarian founded this company in 1939 for kidney disease. Every formula undergoes rigorous, double-blind clinical feeding trials before commercial release. Real high-quality animal muscle meat leads the ingredient list without exception. The manufacturer rejects cheap rendered poultry byproducts and toxic synthetic preservatives. Controlled phosphorus levels protect delicate renal nephrons from calcification and fibrosis. Optimal ratios of omega-3 fatty acids reduce systemic inflammatory responses effectively. Added L-carnitine supports lean muscle mass preservation and healthy cardiac function. High digestibility ingredients ensure maximum nutrient absorption across the intestinal mucosal barrier. Clinical studies prove improved renal longevity and vitality in aging canine populations. Transition your dog to Hill's Science Diet for verified medical protection. Safe solution number 2. Royal Canin breed-specific precision and supply chain transparency. Royal Canin delivers precise nutritional formulations tailored to specific canine breeds. A French veterinary surgeon established this brand in 1968 for health. Royal Canin maintains 100% supply chain transparency for every raw ingredient used. The manufacturer conducts atomic spectroscopy testing to rule out heavy metal contamination. Tailored kibble shapes match specific jaw structures and dental occlusion types perfectly. Precise fiber blends optimize colonic fermentation and promote healthy stool quality consistently. Glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate protect articular cartilage from degenerative joint disease. Prebiotic fructooligosaccharides support a robust intestinal microflora population against pathogens. EPA and DHA fatty acids nourish the cutaneous barrier, preventing allergic dermatitis. Royal Canin maintains 0 historical recall records for pentobarbital or aflatoxins. Feed Royal Canin to ensure absolute nutritional safety and species-specific health. Protecting your beloved dog begins with reading ingredient labels very carefully every day. Reject cheap commercial kibble filled with toxic chemicals and rendered animal waste. Cheap dog food causes expensive veterinary bills and heartbreaking early pet loss. Investing in premium veterinary-approved nutrition adds active, healthy years to your pet's lifespan. Inspect every bag for dangerous synthetic preservatives, artificial dyes, and grain fillers. Your dog relies entirely on your choices for their daily health and longevity. Never compromise your pet's vital internal organ health for cheap commercial convenience. Support our veterinary educational mission by liking this video immediately right now. Subscribe to the channel for weekly evidence-based pet health investigations and alerts. Share this video with every dog owner to spread critical pet food safety information. Leave a comment below sharing your personal experience with commercial dog food brands. Tell me which safe diet you plan to transition your dog to today. I read your comments to help guide your pet toward optimal lifelong health. Thank you for watching this critical veterinary pet food safety report today. Apply these clinical insights to safeguard your canine companion from toxic industrial hazards. I wish your dog robust health, boundless energy, and a long life. Stay vigilant, inspect your dog's food bowl daily, and take care.